Okay, hello everyone in our From Zero to DeFi Implementing Omniston workshops. In the beginning, I just want to everyone know that this session will be recorded, so others that couldn't attend today will be able to replay. However, I'm sure that it can also be valuable to you because you can see the session again and work on we will cook today in your own tempo. Okay, so let's start with some quick vibe check. How do you feel today? If you are cat number 1, please paste in the chat 1. If you are cat number 2, please paste 2. If you are cat number 3, please type 3. Nice. I'm glad that you're not cat number 2, but we will see how it will be in the end of the session. Okay, so basically we will start with introduction to Omniston that will be held by Ethan Klein, our head of dev relations and grant fund in StoneFi. I will stop sharing my screen. Okay.
All right, I'll even put my camera on so everyone sees me as well. I'll share my screen now. All right. All right. Thanks for everyone coming on. I'm going to be talking a little bit about basically what StoneFi is, a bit about the TON ecosystem, also introduce you to our grant program for builders, and then a bit about Omniston, and then David will follow up doing the workshop. So what StoneFi is, we're an automated market maker, right? We have two different DEX versions, so a V1 and V2, and the leading DEX in the TON ecosystem. And if you're not familiar with TON is the blockchain originally built by Telegram, but now is a foundation that is directly partnered with Telegram. So with Telegram and TON, you have the ability to build mini apps. Whether you're DeFi or GameFi, you're able to through an iframe put your own app on the mini app store and utilize the users that are coming from Telegram. So I like to think of it at, you see like other chains like Ethereum, Solana, they've been building an infrastructure looking for their killer use case app. And it's a bit different with TON. TON is building an infrastructure specifically for Telegram. So one of my big reasons I began working in StoneFi and a big supporter of the TON ecosystem is I do see in the next number of years it really getting a lot of traction the closer Telegram and TON develops together. So a bit about StoneFi. You can see we're as the leading DEX on TON. Little info about our TVL, our trading volume, unique wallets, and next talk about a bit about the StoneFi grant program. So we have a lot of documentation to be able to integrate our DEX within your product, and whether you're GameFi, DeFi, SocialFi, there's always a use case where you do need to utilize a DEX. And so if you're interested in the grant program, there is an application. You can see it on our website, ston.fi/grant program. It's a Google search away. You can apply there. We offer up to 10K grants. Usually when it's a 10K grant, it involves using a smart contract that's integrated, but more simple integration, is more of around 2K, but these are just small grants that we want to pay your development time to integrate what you need with your product. We also offer free service perks from our partners. For example, GitHub. We have a partnership with GitHub. They give you free enterprise solutions for a year. Fireflies, the AI transcript, you get $500 credit. So different examples there that you can utilize. We're also there for product mentor support. So we do product support, also dev support. So when you have questions, we're there to answer, to help you. And we also, one of the big things is we feature you, right? So we have quite a big community base of users. And so we're always happy to promote our grantees, make sure our users try them out. Because in a way, we want you to succeed. You succeeding, we succeed as well. So think of the grant program also as a partnership. So a bit about Omniston. This is what we call a request for quote protocol. Now, what this means is we have resolvers, what we call them, and these are liquidity providers. This can be market maker, right, or an OTC provider, or this could be a TON aggregator. So for right now, we already have 4 TON aggregators integrated into Omniston. That is Swap Coffee, Rainbow Swap, Moki Swap, and Titan. And so what they're doing is they're finding the specific routes to aggregate to give the best swap price. And what Omniston does is they give quotes from their routes to Omniston, and Omniston chooses the best resolver that wins the quote. So this allows lower slippage, but also allows really just the best price quote. So think of like how, if you're familiar with Jupiter, right, with Solana, or 1inch with Ethereum, we're the 1inch of TON. That's what Omniston does. And also for the security part of it, with hash time lock contracts, where the receiver gets a hash pre-image that's also time-based, and if they don't send that to the sender, the swap doesn't occur. So this is a trustless manner, right? No third party. It's not a centralized system for the swaps to occur. Just a little bit of a showcase of how it looks on StonFi. You can see that the Omniston route is displayed. So you can also envision with your application, if you're doing just a swap function, you can build your own approach with the front end. But then there's other use cases, right? With GameFi, where in the background you need to do a swap. There's examples of products creating a bridge that are bridges like cross-chain. And what they're allowing is when someone is swapping from Ethereum to TON, the user actually could select Notcoin or a specific altcoin in TON, which is called the Jayton standard. They can swap in. So that happens in the background. So a lot of even use cases, you're utilizing these functions that maybe even happen on the background of what you're trying to do. But here's just kind of an example there. So why is it benefits you? You're getting access to deep liquidity pools. So instead of you needing to integrate other DEXs with your protocol, for example, DDust, there's also Tonco, there's also our V1 version and V2. Omniston is almost like a biological being. It's always updating itself and improving itself. So all those routes and aggregated approaches, you don't have to integrate separately. You can all integrate it in one place. And then that gives your users the best swap rates. Obviously, you can add, which David will talk about, a referral address to allow you to even earn a little bit on each swap, right? So you can even establish a revenue model. And integration is very easy. We estimate, we just launched Omniston, so we're having the first developers begin integrating, but we're seeing it can take up to maybe even just 2 to 3 days, up to a week. Doesn't take too much time to get it going. And obviously it's TON optimized, built from the ground up. And a bit about the future. So second half of the year, end of this year, or second half of the year, we're going to also have Omniston allow for swaps cross-chain using the same approach with resolvers. So that will also be available within our SDK for integration in the future. So that's something we're quite excited for as well. And that is my bit. I will now hand it over to David to dive into the technical side of Omniston and how to integrate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Not yet. I unshared. You might have to share again.
Okay. Let's do it again. How about now?
Yep.
Okay. So let's dive in. I would like to ask you about your programming skills. Please respond in the chat so I will know how deep I can go with everything that I will show from the technical point of view. If you are a beginner, please type A in the chat. If you have some experience, please type B. If you are advanced, please type C. Nice. I see most of the people are advanced. Sounds great. Okay. So now we will go through our SDK overview, and then we will do some coding. So basically what I want to show you is this is our docs.stone.fi webpage. We have side navigation on the left with Omniston section where you have overview on everything what is related to Omniston from the technical point of view. What I want to show you now is we have two SDK packages from the people that are front-end developers. We have Omniston SDK React, which is a wrapper over our Omniston SDK that is powered by Tanstack React Query. I don't know if you are aware about this technology, but this gives you out-of-the-box loading states, retries, error handling, and so on. In our documentation, we have a section dedicated to this package, which explains everything related to it, what you need to pass to the functions to get the result. Also, Ethan mentioned about referrer and a referrer address and referrer fee BPS. Basically, this is a way for you to set a fees. So if you have a swap on in your application, some small amount of percentage of each swap will go to your dedicated section. Then we have Omniston SDK node package, which is for people who comes from a backend or server-side development. This package is leveraging RxJS observables on the top of WebSocket IPA connection. So for example, if you're working on some kind of trading bot, this is the way for you to start. Also, we have a Node.js package documentation here, which is similar to the React one. Yeah, as I said, you also have this possibility for set up a referrer address and referrer fee BPS to create some kind of business part of your DApp. Next thing which I want to handle is to show you the quick start guide that we have relating to Omniston, which is a step-by-step guide that helps you to create an Omniston app. And this is what we will do right now. So in the beginning, yeah, we have some explanation, introduction to everything that we have. Also, I want to mention right now that Omniston is in beta and right now and enforces a swap limit up to 1K USD to reduce the potential losses. But we will be out of the beta really soon. So there will be no limit when it comes to trades. Okay, right now I will divide my screen into two sections and open a terminal and go through all of the things that are described in this guide. Let's start with check if we have package manager installed in our system. You can leverage any package manager that you want. If you want to use npm, if you want to use yarn or ban, you're free to choose. In this guide, we will go through pnpm. So let's check if we have pnpm installed. Yes, we see the version, so we can start. In the beginning, we will create a basic React project from the template. Let's name it Omniston Swap App. Okay. And we will open the code editor. In my example, this is Cursor, but if you work in a Visual Studio Code or any other developer environment, it's up to you. Okay. So we'll see the code here. Let's check if the app is there. So pnpm install to get all of the packages. I just want to show you that we have, this is a basic React app. So basic template, pnpm dev. Okay. Okay, as you can see, it's just a template. So we can build on the top of that. So going back to our guide, let's add all of the necessary packages. In our example is Omniston SDK React, Ton Connect UI React, Ton Core, and StoneFi API. Let's do this. Okay, then I would like to mention that in this guide, we're leveraging Tailwind CSS, so we don't need to create like CSS styles. We will leverage this package. Let's add the Tailwind to our project. Also, we need to add the polyfill for Vite when it comes to buffer, because Tone libraries needs that. Let's add this package also. Okay, going next. We need to replace Vite config file with the code that is described here. Let's copy paste the code. Then we need to replace the index CSS with this import of Tailwind. Let's do this. The next thing is we need to remove app CSS file. And also we need to remove the import of this file in the app.jsx file. Okay, now we need to check if everything is working as expected. So we should see a white and React logo on a text and the text on a plain white background because we deleted all of the default styles. As you can see, everything is working as expected. So now going to the real implementation, let's add code related to the providers. So basically, providers are a way for to talk with the outside world. So let's take this code and replace our main JSX file. Also, we need to create a Ton Connect manifest file. So let's create this one in a public directory. And in your own app, please replace it with your own description. For the purpose of this demo, we'll go with the default ones. And now let's implement the connect wallet button. So let's replace all of the code in app.jsx to one that is described in our guide and see if everything is working as expected. Yes, we see Omniston swap demo. My wallet is already connected. I can disconnect it and connect again. You can choose whatever wallet you like. I will use Tonkeeper for this demo. Okay, next thing. So what we want to do next is create a logic for fetching all available assets. So we'll leverage a StoneFi API package, which is a wrapper over our StoneFi API, where we can define that we want to query all of the assets that are with very high liquidity, high and medium, because we don't want to have some shitty without liquidity tokens to be visible for our users. So basically, let's copy paste all of the code here and paste it into app.jsx and check how it looks like. As you can see, we have a first drop down, which allows you to choose the token that you want to swap from. There is other drop down, which is for choosing the token which you want to swap to. And there is an input for amount of tokens that we want to change. Right now, it's not working because we implemented only a way for fetching all available assets. So let's continue. We have a next section with it's called requesting for quote. What we need to do is we need to add one more import to our file, which is our StoneFi Omniston SDK React. There are few elements which we need to use. There are 4 functions, helper functions that help us to set up proper decimals because I don't know if you're aware, but in Ton blockchain, there are different decimals for different tokens. So we need to use those helper functions to make it proper visible for users, but also to blockchain know how many tokens we want to swap. Let's copy paste this code here. Also, this code here is related to the Omniston React SDK, where we're defining that we want to have a settlement method of swap. We're defining a token, passing a token from which we want to swap. We're passing ask asset. Also, the amount of settlement params for slippage. Also, max outgoing messages. This section here is related to how React query is working. So we're defining here that we want to request for a quote only if the from asset to asset and amount will be filled out. So we will not do an unnecessary query to the Omniston backend. Let's copy paste the code. And let's add the UI code related to everything which we were talking about. Okay. Now let's check if it is working. Let's ask for 1 ton. Okay, as you can see, this loading state is as I said, included in our package, so you don't need to do it by yourself. You see that we want to offer 1 ton and we will get 3.27 USDT as a result of the swap. There's also a resolver. Our resolver is a StoneFi resolver. If the price will change, this quote will be automatically updated. This is how our SDK is working. So now there is a last thing that we need to add is a possibility to build a transaction and send it. So let's add few more imports. Okay, then we need to add more code, more properties. And also we have 2 new functions. Third function is a build TX, which is taking your last quote and asking Omniston to create messages that you can paste to the that you can send to the Ton Connect UI to make a swap. So basically, this is this build tax function and the handle swap that is calling the build tax function. So let's copy paste this code. And we need to add the button to handle the swap. Let's paste it here. Okay, let's refresh once again. And now let's test if everything is working as expected. So let's try to swap 0.1 ton to USDT. We'll click execute swap function. Basically, right now you see 0.2 ton because we have some bug in our Omniston SDK that is adding unnecessary amount of gas, but it will be fixed in the next release. But basically, I just want to show you the logic. If it's working, let's quick confirm. Okay, transaction is sent. Let's check if this is working. Okay, transaction is pending. Let's refresh. Okay, as we see, the chain of messages is going forward. Okay, yeah, as you can see, the transaction is confirmed, so everything is working as expected. This is everything that I wanted to show you when it comes to our guide. You can, by your own, work on the next steps here. For example, you can add the possibility to track your trade. This is a code related to it and everything is explained. In the bottom of this page, you see this iframe, which contains all of the code, so you don't need to copy paste step by step. You can just check how it's all working here. You can also click open on Replit, which opens a Replit, which is a virtual development environment, so you don't need to have Visual Studio Code or Cursor on your own. So you can check how it's working in cloud. Okay, so there is no modern workshop nowadays if there is no magic AI word mentioned. So I would like to show you some AI features that comes with the Cursor development environment that I have. To showcase you what you can do, how you can leverage AI. So for example, I have idea to change the style of the swap interface that we have here. It is I click Command I, which in Cursor opens this AI chat, which is connected to the AI agents that can handle any code changes. So let's tell, please change UI to be more modern and use black and white style colors. Let's see how AI will handle those changes. Okay. It looks pretty nice. I like it. Maybe you have some ideas what we can change here with the help of AI. If you have any idea, please write in the chat. Please not make it super complicated because I want to showcase some simple thing. If you will not come up with any idea, I have one more idea that I would like to showcase, but I want to give you some time to maybe find some idea. Okay, I don't see any idea, so I will showcase you my idea. So I think that it would be great to have a range selector, so we can select the slippage. So let's ask AI to create this. Create a range selector for slippage. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That looks pretty good. Accept. Yes, really nice. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. So this is everything that I wanted to showcase you when it comes to demo. How do you feel after the presentation? Do you need to watch the recording again and follow the guideline in your own tempo, or it's clear for you? Or if you have some questions, please use a chat to tell me about this. If you have any questions, we have a Q&A section that it will start right now. Please use the chat to ask questions if you have any. I see that there is a raised hand. Maybe we can maybe we can use chat to ask any question. Emeka, are you there? Can you ask this question on chat?
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask maybe 1 or 2 questions.
Okay.
I'm asking if is it possible to create maybe a feature whereby we can bridge from Ton ecosystem to another network? Is it possible? Like maybe for instance, if you want to bridge from a Ton ecosystem to Solana chain or Arbitrum chain, would that kind of thing or be possible here?
So basically, Ethan showed in his presentation that this is something that is on our roadmap, and we are working on it. Definitely, all the Omniston idea was the first step, and as a next step, we want to work on the cross chain. So definitely, this is something that will be available in the future.
All right.
Do you have any other questions?
What AI are we using for this, please?
Could you repeat?
What? Pardon?
Yeah, could you repeat?
I mean, the name of the AI we are using here.
The name of the AI. This is Cursor. Cursor. I can
Cursor.
type in a chat, so you can Google it. This is AI featured developer environment. It's really nice. Recently, they also, I think, added possibility to use it for free for students. So if any of you are students, you can use it for free. There is other question. Are you having plans to create SDK for Android, iOS? To be honest, right now, we don't have this plan. Maybe you can leverage React Native for Android and iOS, or some kind of way to wrap a web page into a mobile app. I think there are some ways to do this, but there is no dedicated SDK for Android and iOS. How do you think why it's better than DDoS V2 router? So basically, Omniston is one single way for you to exchange on any Ton swap. So you can use Omniston, and if the price is the best, it will leverage the DDoS router to make a swap. So basically, Omniston is a single solution that allows you to pick a best price available in any pool and do a swap. I think the other thing is also that most of the things with Omniston SDK is out of the box there, like loading states, error states. As you can see, we just had a 20 minutes presentation where I showed you how easy it is to create your own swap interface. I think this is huge advantage, that you don't need to do a lot of stuff by yourself, but you have a lot of things out of the box.
And I'll jump in as well. Also, DDoS is a standalone aggregator, right? And Omniston, any aggregator can connect. So you have almost like a marketplace of Ton aggregators competing within Omniston. So that also creates more value that way, where the best aggregator wins, not just the one aggregator you go to on the URL to do a swap as a user.
Okay, Do we have any more questions? Let's wait a little bit. I will write the name of AI in the chat, so you can check it again. Please Google it. It's called Cursor. Okay, basically, I would need to check because there is question: how are the parameters for high liquidity or low liquidity chosen? To be honest, I would need to go into our library. I think I can do this. So let's check it. Okay, so as you can see here, our StoneFi API is open source. So you can check by yourself. I will send the link. So you can check by yourself how it's defined underneath. Yeah. Also, Omniston as Omniston SDK. You can find it on npm. As I said in the beginning, Omniston SDK is for Node, and Omniston SDK React is for React. Okay, I think that that's all. As I said, this is a recorded session, so we will definitely share with you the recording, so you can check and do what we've done here in your own tempo. So thank you, and see you in our next workshops that will be announced soon.